Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, pictured behind me. Well, not exactly current. There's a lot of snow right now. But anyway, with wonderful food, attentive professional service, and really, really great wines. It's a fantastic restaurant. Anyway, I'm lucky to be the sommelier at Four Paws because every now and then somebody shares something with me that is just so fabulous that it's just a privilege to even taste it. And that happened last night. A guest shared a glass, well, ordered a bottle of 2016 Angelo Gaia Barbaresco Sori Tildin, shared a glass with me. Of course, 2016 is one of the great vintages ever for Barolo and Barbaresco. 9 years old, stored well. Um, Barbaresco is really what Angelo Gaia and his family have hung their hats on. Of course, they make really great Tuscan wine. They make great Barolo, and now they're making great wine on Mount Etna. But it was Barbaresco that Angelo built his reputation on, and really brought Barbaresco into the forefront of wine. Before Angelo, Barbaresco was kind of unknown. People knew Barolo, but didn't much know Barbaresco. Angelo, Mr. Gaia, just said, I'm going to make wines that are the equal of any in the world. I'm going to sell them for the price of the greatest wines in the world. And he kind of said, a little bit like Robert Mondavi in California, he said, you're either going to come with me or I'm going to leave you behind. And he delivered on that. And, there's the legendary story about when he first took over in the 1961 vintage. Um, he wanted to implement green harvest, and he and his wife would go out in the night with flashlights and do the green harvest because his father considered it sacrilege to drop the grapes on the ground because the grapes were a gift from God. So he didn't want his father to know he was doing it. Um, but he wanted to do it because he wanted to improve the quality of the wines, which obviously he has enormously over the 60 years since. Um, I love Gaia wines. I've been lucky to be part of several events with Angelo and his daughter, uh, Gaia, and his son, Giovanni, over the years, and I've tasted a lot of their wines. And they're the equal of any wines in the world. They're not inexpensive. One thing to keep in mind about the price of Gaia wines is they test every single cork for cork taint. So there is almost never a cork bottle of a Gaia wine, almost never. And if you assume that 8% of the corks have cork taint, then that means that the Gaia wines actually cost effectively 8% less because you never have a corked bottle, ever. Well, almost never. But anyway, 2016 Barbaresco Sori Tildin is a perfect wine. The bottle I tasted last night is a perfect wine. It is a perfect example of what Barbaresco is capable of. It has all the classic tells, the road tar and rose petals in enormous abundance. The guests I've served it to enjoyed it with pasta bolognese with fresh white truffles. Doesn't get any better than that. Absolutely does not get any better than that. Um, it's it's medium bodied plus it's huge mouthfeel. One of the things I love about Barolo and Barbaresco is look just the color is similar to Pinot Noir or Gamay. And if you didn't know it was Barolo or Barbaresco, you would think it was going to be something akin to Pinot Noir or Gamay, light, delicate. Or this one, this wine is anything but light and delicate, or delicate. It is very serious, very dry. The tannins are starting to resolve, but it's still very, very youthful. I opened it about 2 hours before I poured it. And I just, of necessity, I couldn't have opened it. I couldn't open it earlier than that, but um, it would have benefited from being opened and decanted earlier than that. Of course, I decanted it, served it in big wine glasses, Riedel sommelier Bordeaux glasses. Um, and it was just magnificent. This is a magnificent wine. I've tasted a lot of great wine in my life. I've tasted a lot of great Barolo and Barbaresco. Old Giacomo Conterno Barolos, Monfortino, wines like that are life changing. I've been lucky. This wine is the equal of any wine, any Piemonte red I've ever tasted, I believe, or at least that I can remember tasting. It's not inexpensive. It will cost you a lot of money if you want to go look for a bottle on Wine Searcher. But if you can afford it, you should buy all of this wine that you can afford that's available, because it is absolutely extraordinary perfection in the glass. And right now, you can probably get yourself some white truffles. You can order them from Urbani online and have some white truffles. And that's simple. Make some pasta, cook some fettuccine, toss it in some butter with Parmigiano Reggiano, shave some white truffles over it, have a glass of this wine. It will be one of the great food and wine experiences of your life. No matter what you've experienced, this will be one of the greatest wine experiences of your life, because it's one of mine, and I've had some amazing experiences in life. I've been very, very lucky, and I am very lucky to be the sommelier at Four Paws Restaurant. Come by and see me. Have a glass of we're serving the G.D. Vira Barolo Albe 2021. It's got 95 points from the Wine Advocate. We're serving it by the glass for only $25 a glass, and you can order some white truffles and have a really, really excellent Barolo, young Barolo. But it's made in with the intent that it be enjoyable earlier than, say, the Sori Tildin. You can sit at our bar and have a plate of pasta with white truffles and a glass of fabulous Barolo tonight. You can do it tonight or tomorrow night or next week. Thanks for tuning in for Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier.